Drinking coffee every day is normal, but have we ever wondered what actually happens to the body if we drink coffee continuously? In this video, we'll discuss the benefits, risks, and safe limits of drinking coffee in a balanced way. Why is coffee so popular? Coffee is a very popular beverage worldwide. Many people enjoy the distinctive taste and aroma of coffee. There are specific reasons for drinking coffee. First, as an energy booster, for example, during exercise, meetings, etc. Some also drink coffee to ward off drowsiness, improve focus and concentration. Some also drink coffee to socialize with friends, even if they don't really like it. Some drink coffee because they like the taste. However, it's important to emphasize that liking the taste of coffee and liking coffee are two different things, as the taste of coffee may simply be a coffee ingredient, which is very different from the coffee itself. Coffee contains a substance called caffeine, a natural stimulant that acts directly on the central nervous system. When caffeine enters the body, it inhibits drowsiness and increases alertness. This is why coffee is often associated with sharper focus, reduced fatigue, improved mood. For some people, coffee is not just a drink, but a ritual, a companion for work, a companion for thoughts, and even a substitute for rest. What happens when you continuously drink coffee in excess? Problems arise when coffee is consumed too frequently, in too much quantity, and becomes an uncontrolled daily habit. As a result, a person can experience hypertension, trembling hands, anxiety and restlessness, difficulty sleeping or insomnia, increased stomach acid. This isn't because coffee is bad, but because the body is forced to stay in a constant state of wakefulness. Which coffee is the most dangerous and should you avoid? Coffee has various types, including the most classic coffee, also known as black coffee. Second is coffee with milk, or better known as cappuccino, which is usually easily found in cafes. Next is coffee packaged in a special way, instant coffee, of which there are many types available at your local store. Next is decaf coffee, or short for decaffeinated, which is intended for people who have problems consuming coffee, especially due to the caffeine content. Therefore, producers provide coffee with reduced or even completely removed caffeine content. Then, the coffee that is most often found in outlets is contemporary coffee, which is attractive with all kinds of flavors and other additives. Actually, coffee has benefits if you drink it in moderation. In reasonable amounts, coffee actually has several benefits. In fact, according to studies, the benefits of coffee can be grouped into three main categories. The first is for heart health. If you think coffee is dangerous for people with hypertension, causing heart disease, etc., the opposite is true. According to the journal, Impact of Coffee Consumption on Cardiovascular Health, coffee has many benefits for heart health with moderate consumption. The second, coffee and liver disease, in this journal, shows that coffee can lower several enzymes that we typically check during lab tests, such as AST and ALT. It can lower enzymes in our liver, which, if too high, can cause problems and liver disease. The third is coffee consumption and the risk of colorectal cancer, and many other journals. We can conclude that there are three benefits of consuming coffee: heart health, liver health, and colon health, which can help prevent cancer and colitis, as long as we consume it correctly, the right coffee, the right amount, and the right time, which will be discussed later. With these various benefits, why do some people still experience problems when consuming it? Reasons why coffee is unhealthy. The first is the added ingredients, as mentioned earlier, such as modern coffee, instant coffee, and others. One of the additives is sugar. It's best to avoid sugar, especially refined sugar, added sugar, and various types of sugar. Another ingredient we need to pay attention to besides sugar is creamer. When it comes to creamers, any creamer actually has a negative impact on our bodies because it's an artificial fat, unlike natural fats. Furthermore, the many flavors on the market, such as caramel, green tea, and other similar ingredients, as well as high fructose syrup, are ingredients we should be aware of when consuming coffee. The second reason coffee is unhealthy is the processing process. While the coffee is good, the process is unhealthy. For example, unfiltered coffee is consumed with the grounds. If you're a coffee lover, it's best to use a manual coffee filter, such as a siphon. Then, diamond coffee, which contains additional ingredients and undergoes a lengthy processing process, is factory packaged, and has added preservatives and other ingredients, and is also less than ideal. The most important thing is how much is a lot. More than 3 cups per day. What makes coffee beneficial? Because it contains active ingredients not found in other beverages. First, caffeine. Although we can find this substance in tea, especially green tea and chocolate, it's not as high as coffee. What is the function of caffeine for our bodies? Many people think coffee provides energy, but it doesn't. It can even drain us if consumed in excess. Because coffee stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, it's why we feel focused and energized when we drink it. The nervous system largely determines how we move and respond, but it doesn't provide energy. Caffeine can also improve mood and improve athletic performance for those who actively exercise. Chlorogenic acid also has anti-inflammatory effects and lowers blood pressure. It's not that coffee drinkers experience an increase in blood pressure, it's only temporary, especially for those who rarely drink coffee. However, for those who are used to drinking coffee regularly, it can lower blood pressure. This is because it improves endothelial function in blood vessels, causing a phase of blood vessel dilation. When blood vessels dilate, blood pressure decreases. This depends on the person drinking it. For those who aren't used to it, it can certainly increase due to the blood vessel adaptation process. Cafestal and carwale have liver protective properties. Pregabalin has neuroprotective properties, protecting our nerves. Coffee also contains vitamins and minerals, naturally, such as vitamins B2, B5, B3, niacin, Mg, and K. So, if coffee is obtained correctly and not overprocessed, it has numerous health benefits due to its active ingredients. When is the best time to drink coffee? 1 to 2 hours after waking. Our cortisol levels are still high when we wake up. Drinking coffee when our cortisol levels are high can tire the adrenal glands, so it's best to wait until they've decreased 1 to 2 hours after waking. After eating, this is usually recommended for people with acid reflux. Finally, during intermittent fasting. From the explanation above, we can understand which coffees to choose and which to avoid. Coffee is a friend, not a primary helper. Drinking coffee is fine, and enjoying it is also fine. The important thing is to know when to stop, because too much of anything is bad. To conclude the video, if you find this channel useful, don't forget to support it by liking, subscribing, and commenting. Greetings, see you.